Hi, good morning, all of you. Let's start today's session. So the topic of today's session is modern business environment. This is our second chapter. So if you will see here in modern business environment, they are considering some new concepts. Like here they have introduced about the quality management. Let's take an overview of the chapter. So if you will see here, they have considered what quality management. All right, we will study why we are considering here the quality management. Then we will study here about the supply chain management. We will study about the supply chain management. We will study about the theory of constraint, throughput accounting, and gain sharing arrangement and outsourcing. So if you will see, the main focus of this chapter is on quality management. Now the question has come, here we are studying about the modern business environment and we are studying about the quality management. All right, now the question comes in our mind that why are we studying all these topics here? All right, so this question may comes in our mind, why quality, right? In modern business environment, why do you want to consider quality, right? So if you will see, actually the scenario has changed a lot, right? Scenario has changed a lot. Let's compare just few years back how people were engaged in business. Just few years back how people were engaged in business. So actually, if you will see these days what is happening, people are using internet a lot, right? And use of internet has removed all the trade barriers. It is easy to connect with the people all around the world very easily. It's very easily to connect with the people. Trade barrier have been removed. Globalization. And you know, transportation is so easy these days. And transportation is so easy. So you can see the scenarios actually changed now. It's so easy. People are using technology a lot. So the point is that this modern environment has changed a lot. Now the point is that if you will see, even in India, in last 4-5 years, people are using internet a lot. We have the maximum internet user in India. All right, we have the maximum internet user. So because of which it is very easy to do your business through online platform, and entire world has become one market. Entire world has become one market, right? And in this market, what is actually happening in this entire market, number of suppliers have increased. And the number of buyers have decreased. Now, why is this all happening? Number of buyer has decreased or number of supplier has increased. Let's see the scenario just 10 years back, how the things happen. So let's make a comparison of it. Let's make a comparison. So just few years back, we had such scenario. What type of scenario? Since there was no internet, transportation was not so easy, right? So because of that, every country or the places have different markets, right? Different market. Like here, let's take some name of the market, like Sarojini market. Right, Sarojini market or Karol Bagh market or Kamla market or Palki Market, Janpat Market. So if you will see the scenario just 5-8 years before, we like, if you will see in Delhi also, we have so many different markets. Now in these markets, people were selling their products. So sellers were present and buyers were present, right? So these sellers may have monopoly in their respective area, right? These sellers have a kind of monopoly in their respective area. So the point is that this was the scenario when we had no internet kind of facility. But now what is happening, since we are using internet, people are using e-commerce websites, right? So instead of selling their product through their showrooms or their shops, instead of through their local area, instead of selling the product through shops or showroom in their local area, now what is happening, people are using actually the e-commerce website, right? Let's take an example. Like, if you know the name of boat company, right? It's a new emerging company, right? This company was formed, the founder of this company, CEO of this company is CA Aman Mehta. We all know his name, right? Very popular person. So CA Aman Mehta founded a company, Boat, right? And this company was famous just because of one reason. It famous during COVID 2019. This company was founded just before COVID-19, and it famous a lot during the COVID-19. And from 16 lakh, a business of 16 lakh, he converted this business into 2,200 crore within just 5 years. Just 5 years, he converted a business of 16 lakh into 2,200 crore. All right, a chartered accountant, C. Aman Gupta and Aman Mehta. All right, he's the owner or CEO of Boat Company. Now, how he expanded his business, scale up his business so quickly within just 5 years, right? He had no background, nothing, right? But how so quickly he has done everything for a reason. Instead of using such local markets, so many local markets, instead of using so many local market, he has created his website online, right? And he was using this online websites, e-commerce website, internet, to sell his product. So initially he sold his product through Amazon and Flipkart, and gradually he created their own websites, and he starts selling the products like earphones and speakers and many other products through websites. So the point is that you can imagine if we had physical market, and this physical market result in huge cost. And here you can imagine the cost of making a website is so less as compared to physical market, where you need to employ so many employees to sell the product. So what is happening? It is just an example. So in this way, entire world, entire organization these days, they are all using the internet, right? They are all using the technology for their business. And because of which, since they are using the internet and technology, what is happening? Since they are using the internet and technology, it is so easy for them to do the business, right? Right, e-commerce website, it is so easy, and it is actually saving the cost also. So the point is that market has changed, right, from the buyer market to a market has changed from seller market to a buyer market for this reason, right? This was a seller market. Why we are calling this market as a seller market? This market was a seller market. Why is this market was seller market? Because seller were dominating the market. Just few sellers were present in each of the market. Like if you talk about the Sarojini market, just few sellers were dominating the market. If you talk about the Karol Bagh market, just few sellers were dominating the market. If you talk about Kamla market, just few sellers were dominating the market. But if you will see e-commerce website, every company have option to enter here freely. Like if you will see, if any organization want to sell their product through Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, Ajio, right? If they want to use these online platform and to sell their products. So what is happening here? So many suppliers have option to enter here. They have option to create their profile and sell their product. So actually what is happening in one, see, for the entire world, there is only one market now, right? Earlier we had so many market. Now we have just one market, right? We have just one market. The entire world has become one market, and it is so easy for everyone to, so easy for the supplier to enter in this market. Supplier can easily enter in this market to sell their product. All right. So for that reason, the market has changed. Supplier can easily enter, and here the buyer is dominating the market. Why? Let's see the point of view of the buyer. Buyer can easily compare the things. Buyer is more aware now, right? For example, if you want to buy something, how you can buy the things, right? You have the option, just paste on internet or Google that you want to buy this product, what is the best quality product, best price and all. So you will get the most competitive product at the best price, right? Best quality product. So this is what happening these days. Buyer is aware now, he can easily make the comparison and he can buy his product from the best seller, right? So entire world has become one market, and buyer is now dominating the market. Customer is now dominating the market. It is not the seller who is dominating the market. Like if you will see in previous market, seller was dominating the market. Seller was dominating, right? He was dictating the buyers. But now the scenario has changed. Buyers are become more powerful. Customers are become more powerful because they are more aware. They can make the comparison and they can find the best product. So customers are now dominating the markets. Buyers are now dominating the markets. They have power to dominate the market, right? So for that reason, here we are discussing the market has changed now, right? So the market here has changed from what? Seller's market to a buyer market, right? Buyer is king now. Customer, see, now what I'm writing here, that in this market, customer is king, right? Customer is king in this market. He is dominating the market. Now the point is that since the market is now a buyer market, so in this market, seller, they have increased a lot. Number of seller has increased a lot in this market, and the number of buyer has decreased a lot in this market, right? So what is happening? Buyer is in a position to dictate this market, right? And for that reason, customer is king, and we have to keep them happy, right? If you want to exist in market, if you want to survive in market, and if you want to remain in market for long time period, you have to make the customer happy, right? So for that reason, now what is happening? For that reason, let me discuss one more point here. For that reason, actually, we have to keep the customer happy, and customer is king, right? Customer is king, right? Customer is king, and we have to keep them happy, right? We have to keep them happy. Now see what is happening. So for that reason, earlier, seller can sell the product whatever they desire. Whatever they desire, they can sell the product, right? But these days, what is happening? First, you need to understand the buyer's requirement, right? Buyer's need. Accordingly, you have to develop your product, right? Accordingly, you have to develop your product. Earlier, what happened? First, we developed the product. First, the supplier developed the product, right? And then they find the buyer through advertisement marketing. Opposite market. Market was completely opposite, right? So first they develop the product, then they do the research in the market, and then they find their customer through marketing or advertisement. Now the scenario has completely changed. First, you have to find the customer, and then first you need to understand what is their need, and accordingly you have to develop your product. So the point is that here this market was product centric. This market was product centric. And this market is customer centric. Right? Market has completely changed. The previous market, right, was a product centric. Seller, they develop their product. Right? First, this was the first step. They first develop their product. And then they try to find out the customer through advertisement and marketing. But the scenario has changed. First, we understand the customer because customer is king. Customer is king. Number of buyer has less now, right? In the market, buyer is less. Earlier, the buyer were more, right? Buyer were more in the market. So since in the market, the number of buyer is less, so we have to keep them happy. We have to understand their need. So for that reason, the market has shifted from product centric to customer centric. First, earlier we were focusing on our product, on improving our product, on producing the best product, right? So earlier we were focusing on product. Now we are focusing on customer. We just want to keep them happy. That's it, right? All right. So for that reason, you will see, since we want to keep the customer happy and customer is king now, right? So how we can make the customer happy, right? How we can make the customer happy. In last session, we have studied about two things. What are those two things? In last session, we have studied about two things. What first is, we can make the customer happy either through product differentiation. Right? In case of product differentiation, we have discussed that in our value chain, we can create differentiation anywhere. So a company can have entire value chain from procurement to process, then output, right? Then marketing and advertisement, then after sales services. So a company can have all these activities. All right. Now the company can create differentiation anywhere to create value for the customer. So this is one of the way, or what can we do? Product differentiation or cost leadership. Cost leader is what? When you are giving the best quality product, right, at least price. Price is less and quality is the best. Right? Now, the point is that since it is a buyer market, a customer-centric market, customer is king, and we want to keep our king happy. So we will keep them happy either by giving them innovative things, right? Like Steve Jobs, like Apple company, they were always focusing on customer-centric. They always try to give the customer best product, right? So either we will give them innovative product, different services. Our value chain will be different in some way. Either we will give them in this way, or what we can do, or instead of innovation, we can do cost leadership also, means we will give them best quality product at the least price. Right? Now, these both are the challenge for the company. To produce the innovative product always, and to give to make their value chain innovative, right, is a challenge actually. It's a challenge to think about it, right? That your value chain should be innovative, right? It's a challenge. And second thing is that producing the best quality product at the least cost is also a challenge. Right? Producing the best quality product at least price is also a challenge. So now you can see this new modern business environment is a challenge, right? Right now, since it is a customer focused market, right? Customer is king, customer focused market, not a product focused market. So it's a challenge for the organization, and you will see that how tactfully, how intelligently the companies have created different beautiful strategies and to deal with such scenario, right? Very beautiful strategies we have. All right. If you have doubt, you can ask me. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. So if you have doubt, please ask me your doubt. Okay, there is no doubt. Now, the next point is what? Focus on quality. Now we are focusing on quality, right? We are focusing on quality, right? We want to produce the quality product for the customer, right? We want to give them the best quality product. Now for this, what is happening? Actually, for quality, many people have done a lot of research, right? Let me show you a picture first. Many people, many researchers have done so many research on the quality. Let me show you first a picture. Okay, this image. This image. So you can see actually total for quality, for the production of quality product, if you will see, not only one person is responsible, right? Though Dr. Joseph M. Jurin and W. Edward Deming have the major role. Okay, if you will see, this is how the quality have evolved with time. But if you will see in this image, you can see W. Edward Deming is this person. He is W. Edward Deming. So here, if you will see this image, this person is W. Edward Deming, right? And Dr. Joseph M. Jurin. Dr. Joseph M. Jurin, this person is Dr. Joseph M. Jurin. The main contribution, they have done the main contribution in quality management, right? All right. This is very interesting topic. Let's try to understand, right? So what do you think? If I want to produce a quality product in the organization, will it be cheap for the company or will it be expensive? See, give me 1 minute. If you will see here, Mr. Philip B. Crosby, he has written a book on quality. And he wrote a book that quality is free, right? Quality is free. He wrote this book. But before that, I want to ask a question. What do you think? Does the quality okay, so there is question from Shri Ram, and he's asking a question that in case of buyer market, what is more important, cost leadership or product differentiation? What is more important? So dear, if you will see in buyer market, you can have the cost leadership, you can have the product differentiation. If you can do both, it will be more better. Innovation as well as cost leadership. That is also possible, right? So we can implement both also. All right. Okay. So now let's see here. Quality is free. Let's see here. This is a book written by B. Crosby. Mr. Philip B. Crosby. Now the question comes here, what do you think? Quality is expensive or quality is free? Can you write in comment? What do you think? Quality is expensive? Is it expensive to produce quality product? Or we can produce the quality product for free? What do you think? Yes, do you want to answer? Is it expensive to produce quality product or quality is free? Yes. Do you want to answer here? Okay, let's see the views regarding cost of quality. We have, if you will see here, we have 3 views regarding okay, someone is writing, Janvi is writing, the cost incurred in these process is considered as investment rather than expenses, but it is time consuming. Okay, so she is saying that if you will incur cost on quality, you should treat it as an investment, not an expense. Okay, so actually it is not the right way. Let's try to understand. When you will study 2 and 3 chapter completely, you will find it, you will see a different opinion actually. Okay, if we want quality product, we have to incur more cost for purchasing the product. Okay, so he is writing that if you want to produce a quality product, it will incur more cost. Okay, now if you will see this image, this person is asking one question. What do you want? Do you want a quality or you want a cost? If you want a cheaper product, you will not get the quality. If you want expensive product, you will get the quality, right? This is what this person is asking. We have an example. For example, generally when we purchase what Chinese product, right? In the market, if you want to buy Chinese product, you must have seen Chinese product are very cheap as compared to local products. Chinese product are cheaper, but their qualities are not good. So maybe for that reason, they're asking, what do you want? A quality product or a cheaper product? You can get only one, right? If you want less cost, then there will be no quality. If you want more cost, if you will incur more cost, you will get a quality product. See, this is what he's asking. This is one of the view actually. This is actually one of the view, right? This is actually one of the view, right? Higher quality means higher cost. This is one of the view. If you want to produce a quality product, it will result in high cost. But actually, this is not good now that I want to produce a quality product and its cost will be high. This is not actually good for me, right? Acha, chalo, what will happen if this happen, right? Let me give you an example that what if I'll give you high quality product and least cost. Wow. If this will happen, wow, you're getting the best quality product, the highest quality product at the least cost. Is it possible? What do you think? Write in comment. Is it possible? Please write in comment. Is it possible that we can produce the high quality product at least cost? Is it possible? Tell me, write in comment. That we can produce the highest quality product, the high quality product at the least price. Write in comment. Is it possible? Acha. See, actually, no, it is possible. But for this, we need very good business strategies. We need to implement good strategies, then it is possible to do right. It is possible, but we need to implement good strategies. All right. So yes, it is possible. Okay. Some of the students are writing. Yes, it is possible. Right. Okay. But just remember, high quality product at least cost is possible, but we need good strategy. And for that reason, these strategy you will study in chapter 2 and 3. Beautiful business strategy that will give you the best quality product at least cost. Achha, chalo, before that, let me give you an overview of something which we have already studied, right? Somewhere we have already studied about it. How is it possible? Give me 1 minute. We have already studied something about it. Let me give you an overview of that. Okay. So if you will see, we have studied about the value chain, right? We have studied about the value chain analysis. So if you will see, value chain is what? Chain of activities, right? Value chain is what? Chain of activity. Product passes through those activity: inbound, process, outbound, marketing, and after sales services, right? These are all primary activity. So what happened? Actually, your raw material will pass through these activity inbound when you're buying the raw material. Then you're converting the raw material into final good, right? Raw material to final good, right? Then you're distributing the final good in entire market. Then after sales services. So if you will see, it is a chain of activity. Product passes through activity. In all these activity, we try to find out the value-added activity and non-value-added activity. Non-value-added activity is nothing but waste, right? So we have learned, find all the waste, find all the non-value-added activity, remove them. So you can see, if you remove all such non-value-added activity from the company, if you remove them, what will happen? Only the activities which are relevant will remain in the organization. which are important, only those activity will remain in the organization. What will happen? You remove all waste. So this will save the resource, right? When you manage to save the resource, what will happen? It will save the cost. This will save cost also, right? If you save the resources, this will save the cost, right? And since you are focusing on only value added activity, it will improve the quality also, right? So this is one of the way, right? You can see it is one of the way where in case of value chain, we are trying to find out all the waste in the company, we remove them, right? And we save the cost. Actually, when you remove all the wastes, right? So what will happen? You are saving the resources. When you save the resource, you are saving the cost. So cost will reduce here. And since you are focusing only on value added activity, it will improve the quality of your product, right? You will get the best quality product, right? So yes, it is possible. You can get the best quality product at least cost. This is possible. We have learned this in value chain also, right? Okay, now let's see what we have here also, right? Let's try to see what we have here, right? So first point, they said either quality or product. We have learned it is possible that we can produce the quality product at least cost, right? This is possible. Okay, give me 1 minute. Now see, the second point for the quality. So the second point have mentioned you that resultant saving from production of quality product are greater than the cost of improving the quality, right? If you improve the quality, see what is the meaning of this? Let's try to understand. If you improve, if you have done something to improve the quality, right? You have done something to improve the quality, and maybe you have incurred some cost here, right, to improve the quality of the product. If you have done something to improve the quality of the product and you have incurred some cost here, right, so this cost, right, will be less as compared to, since you have improved the quality of the product, it will result in some saving, right? Since you are producing always a quality product, it will result in some saving. So the saving will be high as compared to cost incurred for improving the quality, right? How you can save the cost? Because you are always producing quality product, there is no defect, there is no mistakes. Since you are not producing any defective unit, you are not doing any mistake in the company, and for that reason you are producing always a quality product. Since there is no defect, no mistake, it is saving the cost. So the point is that cost for improving the quality is less than the saving you will have if you will produce a quality product, right? Okay, so now let's learn some famous quote by some famous people, those who have introduced for the quality product. All right, let's read there some famous quotes. So what is the first point written here? Let's read it. So the first point is written here, cost is more important than quality, right? But quality is the best way to reduce the cost. We want to focus on cost, right? We want to always reduce the cost. But they are saying you can reduce the cost if you will produce a quality product. This is what's written here. We always want to reduce the cost of the production, but they are saying you can reduce the cost only if you will produce a quality product. When you produce a quality product, it will reduce the cost of the company. It is very deep, actually. It's not easy to understand. Okay, what happened? Give me 1 minute. All right. So this is how the things happen here. All right. So next quote, let's read the next quote. What is written here? Good quality is cheap. It is the poor quality which is expensive. When you're producing a good quality product, it is cheap for the company. It's when you produce the poor quality, it is expensive, right? Very famous quote. These are very famous quote which I have taken here, right? Let's see some more quotes. Right, like the bitterness of poor quality remain long after sweetness of low prices forgot. So people will forgot if you will sell a low price product, but people will never forgot if you will produce a quality product. Right, we always remember the quality. Oh, this was the best quality product, it was the best, right? So people may forgot the price, that they have paid less price for this product, but they will never forget the quality of the product. So this is how you can see the quality is so important, right? Okay, the third view, let's read the third view also. So it is, see, I really love these quotes, so for that reason I have taken these quotes. Good quality save money. It's poor quality because of which you are incurring the cost. So we have just learned that the saving from the quality is high. If you will produce a quality product, you will have high saving as compared to cost incurred for the quality product. So whatever the cost you are incurring for producing the quality product will be less as compared to the saving you will have if you will produce a quality product, right? Saving will be high right here. Okay, next, let's try to understand the next topic. Third view of the quality. See, this is the third view. First view we have studied either the quality or the cost. Either you can get the quality product or you can get a cheaper product. So this was the first view. Second view was that if you want to produce a quality product, if you are producing a quality product, saving is high if you are producing a quality product as compared to cost, right? Saving is high. So that was the second view. Now let's understand the third view about the quality, right? Quality cost are those incurred in excess of those that would have been incurred if the product was built or services performed exactly right the first time. Right now, see, this is the third point, and this is the most famous point, right? This is the most important thing which we have to study here. What is mentioned here? That produce the quality product, quality right the first time. What is it? So it's like whenever you are planning, try to produce the quality product right the first time. Don't produce the bad quality product, right? Don't produce the defective units. Okay? Don't produce the mistakes, right? Don't allow to have any mistake in the company. Do it right the first time. You are always producing the quality product right the first time. You're not at all allowing the mistakes. You're not at all allowing to produce a defective units. Right? So in such cases, what will happen? Quality right the first time. Ow. So you can imagine quality right the first time. How is it possible? That you're always producing quality product, and you can see this is also known as zero defects. Zero defects, no defect at all. But prepare your entire process of production, prepare everything, your organization, everything in such a way that you are producing the quality product right the first time. Is it possible? Let's think that we are not even allowing to produce defective unit. So how attentive we should be that we are not producing, not at all, not even one product is defective unit. So you can imagine how intelligent strategy is required here when we are thinking that we are not allowing to produce even a single defective units, zero defects, right? So very good strategy this is, right? The third one, okay? Obviously, this will increase the customer satisfaction because customer knows that this company produces always a good quality product. And let me tell you one more thing here. All these quality revolution happens in Japan, right? It all happened in Japan. And you know, Japanese are known for the quality products in entire world. We know if made in Japan is written on a product, that means it will be a quality product. If it is written made in Japan. So if it is written there, it means it's a quality product. It means it has no defect. It's a quality product. If made in Japan is written. All right. Okay. So quality first, do it right the first time. Quality is not an act, it's a habit, right? So this is what written here. All right, let's see the next one. So these are the three philosophies we have studied about the quality, right? Now let's understand about components of cost of quality, right? Let's understand components of cost of quality. And here we are learning about what Mr. Philip B. Crosby. He wrote a book, What Quality is Free. Quality is not expensive actually. Quality is free. Now it is very deep and we have to understand how the quality will be free, right? Okay, but here what happened, cost of quality. Cost of quality means cost we are incurring to produce a quality product. Cost of quality means what cost we are incurring to produce a quality product is cost of quality, right? So here, if you will see, they have classified cost of quality into two forms. One is cost of poor quality. Right? And cost of good quality. Right? Cost of good quality and cost of poor quality. Now, if you will see, good quality means you are producing the good quality right the first time, or you are always producing a good quality product. Now, this question will come in our mind. Good quality means you are always producing good quality, right? What cost you will incur to produce the good quality product? You are always producing a good quality product. What cost you are incurring to produce a good quality product, right? This is written here. And cost of poor quality, what cost you are incurring if you are producing a poor quality product to improve it. If you are producing a poor quality product to improve it, what costs you are incurring. So what will happen? Either you will produce a quality product right the first time. This will happen. Either you will produce the quality product right the first time, or what will happen? You will produce the goods, right? And there will be some defects, some mistake, and later on you are removing those defects. You are improving it. So the point is that you have two options. Either produce the good quality product or do the production. Now, if you have produced the goods, maybe you have produced bad quality product, then what will happen? You will improve it, right? Poor quality product, you will improve it. So in this way, we have these two things here, cost of good quality product and cost of poor quality product, right? So cost of good quality product is also known as price conformance. Right, this is also known as price conformance, and this is known as price non-conformance. Right? Now let's try to understand. Cost we will incur to produce a good quality product always, right, is cost of good quality, right? And it will include two costs, prevention cost and appraisal cost. Right? Let's understand this, that we always want to produce good quality product. We always want to produce good quality product, right? We are always producing a quality product. We are always producing good quality product. How is it possible? How is it possible that we are always producing a good quality product? Imagine, think about it. So production of good quality product is possible when your entire process is very good. Now, what I mean by entire process, this will start from inbound I told you value chain is very important. You can see I'm using it again. Inbound, then process, then outbound, then marketing, then after sale. Right? So this, if you will see, these are all the activity of what? These are all the activity of value chain. Right? You will receive your raw material here. First, you procure the raw material, then you convert the raw material into final goods, right? Then you will sell the final goods in the marketing, then after sale services. Now, your entire process should be very good. The way you are buying the raw material from the supplier. Whenever you are buying the raw material, you always do the quality check at the buyer's place, at the supplier place. So from where you are buying the raw material, at the place of supplier, you always do the quality check, right? You always check the quality, whether the product you are receiving is a quality product or not, right? So this is possible. It is possible to check the raw material whenever you are purchasing. When you are converting your raw material into final good, check everything. It is all good, right? This process should be perfect, right? There should not be any defect here, any problem here. It should be perfect. The way you are converting the raw material into final good should be perfect. Then the way you are storing the final good, right? And the way you are distributing the final good and the way you are marketing it and after sale services, everything is so good. Your entire process of company, your entire process of your entire business is so perfect, so good, right? There is no chances of any defect, any mistake in the company. So for that reason, when your entire process is good, you will produce what? Quality product right the first time. This will help you to produce the quality. This will help to produce the quality product right the first time. You will produce the quality product always the first time. All right. This is what I mean to say. Quality right the first time. It is possible to produce the quality product right the first time when your own business process is good. Each and every activity of your own business process is good, then it is possible to produce a quality product right the first time. Right now, this will come under what? This is what? Good quality product. How is it possible to produce good quality product when your entire process is perfect? Right? So what cost you are incurring to make your entire process perfect, that it is not allowing you to produce any defective unit or errors. What you have done here, right? That will be result in what? Your prevention cost, actually, right? So if you will see, cost of good quality will include 2 points: prevention cost and appraisal cost, right? So prevention cost. So first point is what? Prevention cost. First is what? So you must have heard this from doctor. Prevention is better than cure, right? So what is prevention? Take prevention. Like during COVID, we have taken prevention. So we were all safe from the disease. Prevention is better than cure. Otherwise, what will happen? Maybe you will fall sick if you have not taken precautions. You will fall sick. Then later on, what will happen? Obviously, then you will take the medicines and, other things. So instead of falling ill and then correcting, then taking medication, then going to hospital and to doctor, it's better to take the prevention now. Don't allow to allow the medicine, don't allow the disease, right, to attack you. So prevention is better. So for that reason, we are applying the same thing here. Prevention. Keep your entire process so perfect. Keep each and every activity of your business organization so perfect that you are not at all allowing to produce defective units. And you're always producing the quality product right the first time, right? So this is what prevention cost. If you have doubt, please ask me. Prevention means our entire process, this entire process is so perfect that we are not allowing to produce defective units at all. right? This is prevention cost. I hope it is clear. Please write in comment if you have any doubt regarding prevention cost, right? Okay. So you can see prevention means what? Our entire process is so perfect that we are not allowing to produce defective unit, right? So entire process is so perfect for that. Your all inbound process, outbound marketing, all value chain activities so perfect. There is no flaw in any activity. It's also good, right? So in that case, whatever the cost you're incurring here to make this process perfect is prevention cost, right? So let's see what are the things which will be included here in prevention cost. Let's see the examples, right? Okay. So you can see here what quality planning, right? Creation of a plan. You are planning everything that you will always produce a quality, reliable product. Entire process is so good. The production process is so good that you are always producing a quality product, right? Supplier evaluation. I told you, when you are buying the raw material, evaluate your supplier, then buy the raw material. See that we always want to buy the quality raw material, right? We will always buy the quality raw material, right? Then new product review. You will take the review and feedback of the product, right? Improvement of team improvement. Matlab, you are focusing on company improvement. You're focusing on the improvement of entire process of the organization. You are providing the education and training to your existing employees so that they are not producing the defective units, right? Preventive maintenance will also come here. Total productive maintenance, right? That means you are maintaining your machines properly every time, so you are not allowing any downtime, right? You are maintaining the machines very well, right? That will all come here under preventive maintenance, right? All right, so this was the first point. That first point has mentioned us that we will always produce a quality product right the first time. We will always produce the quality product right the first time. Okay. Okay. If this is preventive cost, then what is appraisal cost? So appraisal is what? It is equal to checking. Check or audit. So prevention cost or appraisal cost is always equals to what? Auditing, checking. So when is this checking is required? When does we need auditing? When does we need checking? This question may comes in our mind. When do we need checking? When do we need auditing? So when you know that you are producing defective units, when you know there is some mistakes, right? When you know that your process is not good, when you know that there is some defect in the process, or there is some defect in the process, or you're producing defective unit, there is some mistake in the company. When you know all these things happen in the company, then only what will happen? Checking is required to cross check now that you are producing the goods, right product or not, right? What is required here? Checking is required. Auditing is required. So checking and auditing is required when you know that you are producing a defective units, right? We need checking, we need auditing, right? That means, see, we have learned about the appraisal cost. See, we have learned about the appraisal cost. Okay, so we have learned this. What we have learned about the prevention cost. Then we have learned about the appraisal cost, right? So what we have learned in case of prevention, that your entire process should be good, right? All the activities of entire process of production or the company's entire activity of value chain should be good. If the entire activity of the company will be good, then what will happen? You will always produce the quality product right the first time. Right? You will produce the quality product right the first time when your entire process is good. Right? But if there is some flaw in your process, if there's some problem in the process, right? Your process is not good. When the process is not good, what will happen? You will produce defective unit. What will happen if you are producing a defective unit? You know that your company is producing defective unit. What will happen? You need what? Inspection. You need inspection. And you need what? Auditing or checking. Right? Okay. So this is what these are actually, if you will see, these two are actually the cost of good quality. This is the cost the company is incurring to produce the quality product. This is the cost the company is incurring to produce quality product right the first time, right? This is the cost. This cost the company is incurring to produce quality product right the first time. But yes, these two costs the company is incurring to produce the quality product, right? Okay, now the question comes, ma'am, what if neither our prevention was good? What if this was not good? And what if our appraisal was also not good? Right? This may happen in the organization, no? That the company that the company doesn't have a good process. The company doesn't have good production process. This is possible. And also, this is also process the company do not have good audit team. The company do not have good appraisal team. Right? Those who are checking or auditing the defects, right? So there is flaw here and there is flaw here. Neither we have entire good process, which can produce a quality product right the first time, nor our audit team is good. What will happen then? Yes, tell me, what will happen then? If both is not good, neither this nor that, what will happen? Yes, can you write in comment? I want to check what will happen. Write in comment quickly. If none of them is good, neither the prevention cost is good, nor the appraisal cost is good, what will you do then? Yes, tell me, what will you do? Yes, write in comment, I'm waiting. If neither the prevention was good, nor the appraisal was, write in comment. Yes, neither the prevention was good nor the appraisal was good. What will you do then? What will you do then? See what will happen. If your entire process was not good, neither your inspection and auditing was good, what will happen? Obviously, then you will produce a defective unit. You will produce defective product, right? Obviously, you will produce defective product. Now here, what will happen when you are producing a defective product, right? So again, two views are possible. First, you have produced the defective product, but this defect has not reached to the customer, not reach to customer, right? And you identified these defects within the organization, and then you are just reworking on the defects. So you must know one more word here we use is the rework, right? Rework. Right? So rework means when we are producing the defective unit and the cost which we are incurring to correct it, to correct the defect, right? This will be known as internal failure cost, right? This is what internal failure cost. Right? So what is internal failure cost? Since the prevention was not good, Our entire process was not good. Appraisal was not good. Prevention was not good. Appraisal was not good. Neither. Exactly. Yes, Shri Ram. Yes, right. So the point is that now you will produce defective units. Now, when you will produce defective units, what will happen? You need to do the rework, rechecking on it, right? You have to do the rework on it. When you do the rework, you will use the resource again of the company. You will again use the machine of the company, the light of the company, worker will work on it again. What will happen? You are using the resource again. So the point is that this will result in consuming some cost because you are using the resource. And this will be your internal failure cost, right? So since you have not produced the quality product, you are producing defective units. To correct those defects, to rework on those defects, you will use the resource again and it will increase the cost of the company. All right, this will increase the cost of the company. All right, what if, ma'am, if we fail to identify the defective unit and if such defect reach to the customer? If this defect reach to customer, what will happen? Before selling the goods, you fail to identify the defects and the customer received the defective unit. What will happen? First, your goodwill will reduce. The goodwill of the company will reduce. It may affect the goodwill of the company, right? Then what can happen? The customer can claim the guarantee. The customer can claim the warranty after sale services. So if you fail to identify the defective unit and the defect reach to the customer, it will result in external failure cost. It will result in external failure cost, right? The product will reach to the customer, final customer. The product will reach to the customer. And what will happen? If the customer is receiving defective unit, he will complain, oh, this brand is not good. This product is not good. Oh, they sell very poor quality product. I purchased a good which was not good, right? This will increase the customer complaint, customer dissatisfaction. Your brand image will be devalued, right? So the point is that you can imagine how bad it is for the organization, external failure cost. Because we have studied recently that we have a modern business environment. Market has changed. It is a buyer market. Number of buyers have reduced in the market and buyers are very aware. So we have to keep them happy. And if you're supplying defective unit to the customer, you can imagine immediately he will tell everyone, oh, this company is not good. He will make a video and he will make his video viral and he will tell everyone, see, this product is not good. This brand is not good. You will get a bad image for your product and services. So you can imagine how important. So these internal failure cost and external failure cost is cost of poor quality. Since you are producing a poor quality, because of which you will incur more cost. Why? First, your goodwill will reduce. If your goodwill will reduce, it may impact the sale. The sale may reduce, right? Accordingly, because the goodwill has reduced. Right? So if there is any internal or external failure, right, it will increase what? It will increase cost of poor quality. You will incur more cost because you are producing poor quality. You have to incur the cost on guarantee, providing after sale services. You have to incur the cost on warranty. You have to incur the cost on rework. So actually it is increasing the cost of the company because you are producing bad quality product or defective units. I hope it is clear. Write in comment if you have any doubt. Please write in comment. I hope it's clear, and if you have doubt, please write in comment. Exactly. Even rework is not good. Exactly, Shri Ram. Rework is not good. So for that reason, what we have discussed, we need a quality product right the first time. We always want a quality product. Yes, that's true. Okay. So what is appraisal? Appraisal means checking. Even checking is not good, right? Appraisal means checking, just checking, finding the right product. If you fail to find the right product, what will happen? It will result in internal failure costs and you have to do the reworks. Right? Internal failure cost. So you can see in this image, what is happening? We are producing the goods, right? Then we need inspection appraisal. Appraisal cost. Inspection means appraisal cost. Why do we need appraisal cost? Because we know that the process is not good. There is some chances of defect. Then only we need appraisal cost. Where you know that your process is very good, you don't need any checking, right? So you need appraisal when you know that you are producing defective unit. If during inspection you find any defect, what will happen? Rework. You will do the rework. So this rework is internal failure cost, right? So when you are doing the rework, it will be internal failure cost, right? Okay. I hope it is all clear. If you have any doubt, if you still have any doubt, you can ask me, right? Okay, and let me show you some examples also of internal failure cost, right? Let's see some example of internal failure cost. So what we have discussed, when we are producing the defective units and we have to do the rework, whatever the cost we will incur on rework will be internal failure cost, right? So it is mentioned, see, retesting and redesigning, delays, failure analysis, rework cost, rectification cost, right? Waste, right? So you can see downtime, downgrading, it is all related to what? Internal failure cost. Okay, now let's learn about the external failure cost. So we have just discussed external failure cost means when the defective units, when prevention was not good, appraisal was not good, you fail to identify the defective units in the company, and the defect has reached to the customer, right? What is happening here? The defect has reached to the customer. What will happen then? If the defect will reach to the customer, what will happen after that? So when the defect will reach to the customer, what will happen? You have to give, you have to handle the complaints then, right? You have to handle the complaints. You can see here, you have to handle the complaints. You have to handle the warranties. You have to handle the guarantees, right? After sale services, you have to provide the after sale services. Obviously, when you want to give the after sale services, right? After sale services, it will increase the cost. It will increase the cost, right? It will increase the cost of the company. Okay, so this is how the things happen. Shall we take a break now? Shall we take a break? Okay, so we have learned, okay, just before that, let me revise it again. So before that, if you will see, we have learned these points actually. We have learned 4 points. Prevention cost, appraisal cost, internal failure cost, and external failure cost, right? This one, I want to show you this. Okay, so this is very interesting. Let's try to understand this, then we can take a break, then we can continue. So if you will see this image, what is happening here? When you see this image, what is happening here? You can see what we have learned here. If you will see cost of good quality, cost of poor quality, and we have classified 4 types of cost: prevention cost, appraisal cost, internal failure cost, and external failure cost. We have classified the cost in this way, right? Now think about it. If the prevention will be high, you don't need appraisal, you don't need checking. When you know you are producing the quality product right the first time, you don't need checking, right? There will be no defect. So no internal failure cost. There will be no defect. So defect will not reach to the customer, no external failure cost. It's all begin with what? Prevention. So when the company have high prevention, when the company is incurring all their cost in prevention, when the company is focused here, right? When the company is completely focusing here on prevention, what will happen? It will reduce the prevention cost. Why reducing? Because now you don't need audit, you don't need checking, right? Because you know that entire process is very good, right? Entire activity of the company is very good, and such good activities that you are not producing the defective units at all, right? So when you know that you are not at all producing defective unit because your entire process is good and you are focusing actually here, prevention cost means to make your entire process ekdam perfect, right? When your entire process is ekdam perfect, you're not producing defective unit. So for that reason, it will reduce the audit cost or checking cost or inspection cost. So since there is no audit, no checking, no inspection, what will happen? It will actually reduce the defect. When you are actually producing the quality product right the first time and you have focused on prevention cost, it will also reduce the defect. You are not at all producing the defective unit. So since we are not at all producing the defective unit, it doesn't require rework. And the defect will not reach to the customer. No customer complaint, right? No guarantee, no warranty claimed by the customer. So no internal failure cost, no external failure cost. So you can imagine if you focus more here, it will reduce this and it will reduce this. So you can see an image. Here what they are trying to explain you, if you focus more on prevention cost now, it will reduce the appraisal cost. It will reduce the internal and external failure cost, right? So before quality cost alignment, after cost quality alignment. Such a beautiful strategies. All right. Now what we can do, if you want, we can take a break and then we can continue. Let's take a break. हेलो। अच्छा, okay. So we have learned about this. We have learned about this, right? We have learned about cost of quality. We have learned about all these costs, right? Prevention cost, appraisal cost. We have learned about these costs, right? What prevention cost, appraisal cost, internal failure cost, and external failure cost. We have learned about these costs, है ना? Prevention cost, appraisal cost, internal failure cost, and external failure cost. This is the cost we will incur to produce good quality. When you want to produce a good quality product, you have to incur some cost, and this is the cost you will incur to produce the good quality. And this is the cost we will incur to produce the poor quality. If we are producing poor quality, right? When we are producing poor quality product, we will incur these two costs. These two costs, internal failure costs, external failure costs, when we are producing poor quality products, right? That's it. Now let's try to understand a graph which we have here. If you will see, we have a graph here. This graph, right? Give me 1 minute. So if you will see, this graph is about So if you will see, this graph is about what? Finding the optimum point, right? Finding the optimum point. What is it? What is the meaning of this optimum point? If you will see here, they have placed an optimum point. Let's try to understand the meaning of this optimum point here. All right. So the point is that when the company is producing the goods, what will happen? Let me draw a graph. Either the prevention cost will be high. If prevention cost will not be high, what will happen? Okay, let me consider this. So when we plot this graph, what will happen? Either we will have cost of good quality, or we will have the cost of poor quality. Right? Now, if you will see, this graph is plotted between the quality and cost. So when we are increasing the cost, quality is increasing or decreasing, right? We are learning this. If we are increasing the cost, what type of quality is increasing or decreasing, right? So if you will see, this is what? Cost of Okay, let me do one thing. Right? So if you will see, actually they have drawn two lines. One line is in this color. Let me plot it in a different color. One line is in this color, orange color. Right? If you will see, this is what? Cost of good quality. If your cost will be high, if the cost of good quality means if the prevention and if the appraisal, these two costs are high, when the prevention and appraisal costs will be high, what will happen? You will produce a quality product right the first time, right? But if what will happen, if the cost of poor quality will be high, what will happen? If you want to keep this cost high, the quality will be less, right? Quality will be less. Okay, so let's plot it. We are plotting this graph. Okay, so we are plotting this graph here. On one side, we are considering the quality. On other side, we are considering the cost. All right. So for example, if you will see this point, what does this point shows? That the cost is high and the quality is low, right? At this point, cost is high, quality is low, right? And this cost is related to what? It is related to poor quality, or you can say internal and external failure cost, right? This is related to internal and external failure cost, right? So when your internal and external failure cost, when you're expecting, okay, I'm expecting internal failure cost, I'm expecting external failure cost. When you expect the internal and external failure cost, when you're expecting them to be high, what will happen? You are actually not producing the quality product. That means your company is actually not producing the quality product. You are actually not producing. If you will see here, quality is less, right? So quality is less here. This is the quality, and the cost is so high, right? You can see this is the cost, right? Okay, not desirable, right? This is not desirable. We don't want to have a high cost and low quality. Not good. Okay, let's plot another graph. Let's plot another graph of this. Now here, what is it indicating? This point. Here in this case, if you will see this point, right? What does this point indicates? So if you will see here, let's plot a graph. So you can see here, from here to here, it is about cost. And from this point, 0, this point to this point, quality. So what is happening here? This green line is showing you prevention and appraisal cost. This is showing you prevention and appraisal cost. So if you will see, this point is indicating, let's name them A and B. So here B point is indicating you that if, what will happen? If the appraisal and prevention cost, you are keeping these costs as very high, very good process, very good activities, no chances of defects or error. And if there is any defect or error, your inspection is very good, you will find it, right? So the point is that when your prevention and appraisal costs will be high, you will produce a quality product. But actually, this is not desirable, because here either you have to incur high internal and external failure cost, either the cost of poor quality will be high, either the cost of poor quality will be high, or what will happen, or the cost of good quality will be high. Right? Either the cost of good quality will be high or the cost of poor quality will be high. Not good. So we have to find some midway, right? So you can see, actually, if you will see here, this is the total cost of the company. This line, this dot is actually showing you the total cost of the company. This line, yellow color line. This is the total cost of the company. Right? So either because of prevention cost, the total cost will be high, or because of your internal and external failure costs, your total cost will be high. So the point is that we will find this point. This point will indicate the place where the total cost is optimum, right? Optimum means the total cost is minimum at this place. Total cost is minimum at this point, right? So where these two lines intersect each other, which two line? The prevention and appraisal cost wali line, the cost of good quality line, and where the cost of poor quality line, these two lines, the point where these two lines intersect each other, that point is known as optimum point. Now, optimum point means at this point, neither the prevention and appraisal cost is high, nor the internal and external failure cost is high, right? So both are, equal at this place. So this is the optimum cost, and generally company works here, right? Because the company don't want to keep high prevention cost, and the company don't want to keep high internal and external failure cost. So if you will talk about this point, obviously at this point some level of internal and external failure cost is allowed. At this point some level of defects are also allowed, right? At this point defects are allowed, some level of defects are allowed, some level of internal and external failure cost is allowed here. Why? Because prevention is not very, very, very high. Because you have because for having extremely high prevention, you need to incur extremely high cost. This is what we have concluded here. For extremely high prevention cost, we need extremely high cost. Right? This is what we have concluded here. So for that reason, we find the optimum point here. Right? So this is the things we have discussed here. But again, we need some smart strategy, right? Though this is something which we have learned, that we cannot afford to have high prevention cost, high prevention and appraisal cost, and we cannot afford to have high internal and external failure cost. But what if I have some strategy? What if we discover some such strategy that prevention is extremely high, right? We know that if we want to keep the prevention costs extremely high, we need to incur very high cost. So if you want extremely high prevention costs, if you want to have extremely high prevention costs, what will happen? You have to incur very high cost. Your cost should be very high. All right. This cost should be very high. What if I find such strategy that prevention is extremely high in the company, but the cost is, for prevention, the cost is very less, right? Prevention is very high, entire process, entire activity, employees, everything is very good, very perfect, very high, right? And you're not at all allowing defective unit, zero defective unit here, because when the prevention is very good, defects are zero, right? So what will happen? What we have assumed, for this, we have to incur high cost. But now we are saying, discover such strategy now. Discover it now. If you don't know, just discover it. Find such strategy that prevention should be high and cost for high prevention is very less. The cost of high prevention is very less. Find it now. And yes, such strategy exists, where you will study them in your chapter 3. You will study all such strategy. Sorry. You will study all these strategy in chapter 3, right? Lean management and everything. So when you will study chapter 3, just remember one point. The focus of chapter 3 is what? To make an organization where the prevention is very high, entire process is very good. Employees are working in a very good way. Everything is so good. No mistake, no defect. And for that, you are not even incurring high cost. Right? You are not even incurring high cost. We will learn it in chapter 3. This is also possible. But here what we have learned, if you want to incur high prevention, here we have learned If you will see this graph, here we have learned for high prevention, if the company wants to have high prevention, what will happen? Company need to incur high cost, right? But yes, when the prevention will be high, this point your quality will be 100%, right? Zero defect, or you can say this is a point where you have zero defect. Your prevention is so good, so perfect that you are producing zero defective units. And yahan pe, if you will go at this point, 100% defective unit. 100% defect. Why 100% defects? This will be 100% defect. Why 100% defect? Because at this place, what is happening at this place, this is 100% defect because here you are allowing to produce defective unit. You are incurring internal failure cost and external failure cost. You are allowing, okay, have defective units, then we will allow the guarantee, warranty, we will provide after sale services to the customer, we will do the rework. Actually, you are allowing all these costs. You're allowing the internal and external failure cost here. Your internal and external failure cost is very high. So you can see here at this point, your defect is very high, 100% defect. At this point, you are not allowing defect, not at all allowing the defect, zero defects, right? Here you are allowing zero defects. So for that, you need high prevention, very high prevention, very high appraisal cost here. So this is how the things is happening. Now, if further they have worked on the strategy, right? They have further worked on it and they try to find a new strategy on it where they want to focus where prevention should be extremely high. But here we have learned for high prevention, we need high prevention cost. Now, our next business strategy is prevention should be high, but the cost of prevention should be very low. So prevention cost should be very low and prevention should be high. This is what we should focus now. High prevention at low cost, right? This is what we will learn in chapter 3. All right. If you have doubt, you can ask here, right? If you have any doubt, please ask your doubt. All right. So we have learned all these points. Now here they have discussed that it is not easy to find them, right? It is not easy to find all these, it is not easy to find these costs, right? So they have given you an iceberg model and it is mentioned that only 2 to 3% errors is easy to find here. Reason of defect is easy to find here, but 20 to 40% reason of defects are always unknown. You need very intelligent brain to find out the reason of defects, right? Right. So you can see only 2 to 3% reason of defect can be easily identified, but in most of the cases, it is very difficult to find the reason of defects. 20 to 40% is difficult to identify the defects, right? So you can see here, this is an iceberg model. I hope it is all clear. Let's take some MCQ questions now. So we have taken a question. What is the question? This is the question we have. In the cost of quality, we have just learned about the cost of quality. The downtime caused by the quality problem is an example of what? So downtime is example of what? Write your answer. Give me your answer. What is the answer for this question? Yes. What is the answer for this question? Please write in comment. I'm waiting for you all. I hope now you can internal failure cost. Yes, very nice. Yes, Very nice. Yes, the answer is internal failure cost. Okay, let's take the next question. Can you solve this? Okay, this is related to value-added activity. Okay, let's do this question also. So here we have learned that the organization can have the value-added and non-value-added activities, right? We have learned this in last session, right? Company can have the value-added activity and the company can have non-value-added activity. Right? Company can have value-added activity and non-value-added activity. Now, what is non-value-added activity? Non-value-added activity means waste. It is what? Waste. Now, these waste are further classified into two forms. One is obvious waste. Obviously, it's a waste, right? One is obvious waste. And one is waste but required. There are some waste which is required in the organization. All right. Now, what is the difference? Obvious waste are 7 deadly waste, which you will study in chapter 3. We will study about it in chapter 3, 7 deadly waste, which is not at all acceptable in the organization. And there are some waste activity, but still required, maybe because of the requirement of law. Because law is saying we need it, like audit. Audit is a waste actually. Checking, inspection. Inspection is a waste actually. Why are you inspecting the units? Produce the quality product right the first time now. When you know your process is so good, your entire activity is so good that you are always producing a quality product, you don't need inspection, right? When you know everything is good, you don't need inspection. So actually inspection and audit is also a waste activity. But sometimes it is required in the company because government laws have made that you have to put auditing process in the company or inspection in the company. So because of the requirement of the law, you have the audit and inspection activities in the company, right? So this is also a waste but required. But both are, we try to minimize this waste. We try to minimize this waste, right? And we try to eliminate them completely. So obvious waste, we want them completely eliminate from the organization. But implied waste, we just try to minimize them. Sorry, this waste, we just try to find out the way to minimize them. All right. Now you can see this question and tell me what they are asking you. Find the value-added activity. So in this question, find the value-added activity and tell me what is the cost of value-added activity. Solve it and give me the answer. Solve this question and give me the answer. How will you find out of these activity? You can see these are the activities, this, right? We have 5 activity. Out of them, how will you find the value-added activity and how will you find the non-value-added activity? Find it and tell me the answer. I'm waiting. Very nice. Shri Ram, Janvi, very nice. Now please solve it and give me the answer. Solve it and give me the answer. Yes, solve this question and give me the answer. Yes, I'm waiting. Okay, 5,80,000. Janvi is saying very intelligent, huh? So quick. Okay. Okay, I want other student also to answer. Okay, so let's try to solve this question. Here we have to find out the activities without which you cannot do the work, which is actually creating value for the customer, which is not a waste activity, right? We have to identify such activity. So first is material storage activity, right? First one. So first activity is actually a non-valuated activity. Right? It is a waste. We do not allow the storage, right? We do not allow the storage in the company, right? We do not allow storage. This is non-valuated activity. Okay, then second one is product design. Yes, it is required. Without product design, it is not possible to do the business. So yes, it is a value-added activity. It is required in the company, and it's a value-added activity. It is required, right? Then material handling and moving. This irrelevant movement of the product in the company is non-valuated activity. It is just a waste, right? We will learn this later in chapter 3. It is just a waste, right? Not required in the company. Then the next one is what? Direct material cost. So if you will talk about direct material cost, it is required. It is a value-added activity. Without raw material, you cannot do the production. Without raw material, production is not possible. So yes, it is a value-added activity and it is required in the company, right? Next is inspection. So we have just discussed here that inspection is actually a non-value-added activity. It is not required in the company, right? We have just discussed that inspection is a non-valuated activity. It is not at all required in the company. All right. Okay. So let's take one more question. Let's take one more question. So if you will add these value-added activity, here we have only two value-added activity. One is this product design, 1,80,000. Right, and the second one is direct material cost, material purchase, right, 4 lakh. So we have only these two value-added activity. Add them, you will get the answer 5,80,000. All right, let's do one more question. Okay, so this is a question, a good question. Here in this question, you have to identify the appraisal cost. Give me 1 minute. Before that, let's take internal failure cost. So this is a question. Here you have to identify internal failure cost, right? We will do both the question. First, we will find the internal failure cost, and then we will find the external failure cost. Do this question and tell me the answer. What is it coming? Solve it and tell me what is the answer coming here. Right? Do it and tell me the answer coming here. What is it coming? Please tell me the answer. Solve it and tell me the answer. Yes, Janvi, Sriram, solve it and tell me the answer coming here. We have learned about what? Prevention cost. We have learned about appraisal cost. We have learned about internal failure cost. And then we have learned about the external failure cost, right? So if you will see here, you have to identify out of them which are internal failure costs for the company. All right, solve it and tell me the answer. Yes. Okay. Okay, so Janvi is saying the answer is what? 2080. Okay. Let's do this question. So what do we have to find? We have to find here the internal failure cost. Right? We have to find the internal failure cost, right? Internal failure cost means, if you will see, it is related to rework, right? Appraisal is related to audit or checking or inspection. Right, external failure cost when a product is reached to the customer and you have received the complaints, right? So that cost will come here. Now, internal failure cost. So what will come? Inspection will come here? No, it will be appraisal cost. Warranty repair. See, this is what? Inspection cost. So actually, this is what? This is your inspection cost is your appraisal cost. Okay. Warranty is what? If you will see warranty is external failure cost. Testing of new material, this is what? This is again related to your appraisal cost. Product testing is your testing. Testing inspection is all appraisal cost, right? So yes, one more doubt. Okay, so देखो, Shriram, inspection is always a non-valuated activity. Audit and inspection. Yes, we do the inspection. When we purchase the raw material, we inspect the good. Without inspection, we do not accept the goods. And when we sell the final goods, inspection. Again, it's inspection is what? We need inspection. Yes, inspection is sometimes required in the company, but actually point is that they are saying it is non-valuated activity, means it is not creating any value. Do it, buy the raw material, right, the first time, a quality raw material, produce a quality product, right? So the point is that it is a non-valuated activity, but it is required in the company because the law is such type, like you people, yeah, you have written here that sometime the company need to check the product, right? Maybe the requirement of the company's laws is written here, or the government laws is written in such a way. It is required sometime, right? But it is a non-valuated activity. And for that reason, it is written that you cannot eliminate them from the company. Though it is a non-valuated activity, but you cannot eliminate them. We can minimize it. Inspection can be minimized by producing more quality product. By buying the raw material from the best supplier, we can minimize it, but we cannot completely eliminate it from the company. It is not possible to eliminate them completely from the company. It is possible to minimize them, right? Inspection is always a non-valuated activity. It is never a valuated activity. It never create value to the customer, right? It is a non-valuated activity. Okay, now let's come to here. We are here discussing about the internal failure cost. So spoilage will be internal failure cost. Scrap will be internal failure cost. Rework will be internal failure cost, right? So these three will be internal failure cost. Liability claim is what? External failure cost. Preventive maintenance is prevention cost, right? So in this way, you can see only these three will be what? Your internal failure cost. Okay, let's take one more question. Let's take one more question, this question. And please find here, what do we have to find here? Appraisal cost. So in this question, you have to find the appraisal cost. I'm waiting, solve it and give me the answer. What will be the appraisal cost here? Find it. Tell me the appraisal cost in this case. Solve this question and tell me the answer. Yes, I'm waiting. Please solve it and give me the answer. Yes, I'm waiting. What is the appraisal cost here? Okay, Janvi is saying it is 718. Is it? No, we don't have this option. In fact, we do not have this option, Janvi. Okay. So appraisal means checking, right? What do we have to do here? You have to find what appraisal cost. Right? Appraisal means audit. checking, or inspection, right? These costs will be coming here. Audit, checking, inspection, right? Design review. Finished good return due to failure. This will not come here. Inspection will come here. Inspection of raw material will come here. Testing labor will come here. Product testing equipment will come here. Right? That's it. If you will add them, you will get the answer, right? These are all appraisal related costs, right? If you want, I can give you the explanation of other also, but these are your appraisal cost. So just remember, appraisal means either it is related to auditing, checking, or inspection. If you have doubt, you can write in comment. Janvi, if you have doubt, please write in comment. I don't know what figure you have assumed. Your figure is coming very high. I don't know what you have assumed here, right? If you have doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, I'm taking the next topic. Shall I take the next topic? Quickly write in comment. Yes. Shall I take the next one? Please write in comment quickly. Yes, it is because, exactly, Janvi. It is because before production. Yes, right. Okay, now let's go to the next topic now. Total quality management. Let's see total quality management. All right. So here, see, before this, what we have learned, if you want to produce a quality product, we have learned that if you want to produce a quality product, then what do you have to do? For production of quality product, we need high prevention. And for high prevention, maybe we need high cost, right? If you will see here, now let's see how they are developing the things, right? How they have developed the things. Because we have just learned that if you need high prevention, it will incur high cost. And we need a quality product because now the customer is king. We want to keep them happy. And if you want to keep them happy, you have to produce always a quality product. So this is the priority, but we don't want to incur high prevention costs. So now our focus is to have a high prevention in the company at least costs. We want to keep the cost less and we want to keep the prevention high and we want to produce a quality product in the company, right? This is what we want to do in the company. This is what we want to do in the company. All right. Okay. So total quality management, total means everyone is involved here. Everyone is involved here. Right. Then quality means producing the quality product always. How? By continuously improving the organization. So it is written, somewhere it is written that no organization is a perfect organization. Never think that your organization is a perfect organization. No. So there is always a scope of improvement everywhere. Find it and improve your organization. So they are saying nothing is, perfect. There always some scope of improvement. Find those scope of improvement and improve your organization. All right. So for that reason, first is written here, everyone should involve in improving the organization. It is the responsibility of everyone from the PM of the company to the managing director of the company. Each and every employee should be responsible for producing the quality product. All right. And they should always focus on continuously improving the organization. All right, management. Okay. Now, we have just discussed here that quality is actually a revolution, right? It was not done by one person. Gradually, people have contributed something on quality and gradually it evolved, right? So quality evolved gradually with time. So it is not done by one person. It is not a contribution of one person. All right, okay. So what is happening here? Everyone should involve in improving the organization. It should be a continuous improvement, and they should focus on producing the quality product right the first time, right? And if they want to produce a quality product right the first time, what will happen? If they want to produce quality product right the first time, the entire prevention should be very high, right? Prevention of the company should be very high. All right. So if you will see, 6 C's of total quality management was developed. Okay. Total quality management, 6 C's of successful implementation of total quality management was developed, right? Let's understand them one by one. So first point is what? Commitment. Okay. We have just discussed that total quality management requires the commitment of everyone. It requires commitment. Everyone should be committed for producing the quality product. It requires commitment of everyone, right? Right. So even a small level employee of the organization to the CEO and managing director level of employee in the organization, everyone should be involved in producing the quality product, right? It is the responsibility of everyone to produce a quality product, right? It is everyone's job, a normal routine job. It should be their routine job that whatever they are doing in the organization should be a quality work, right? All right. So this is the first point. It is the responsibility of everyone in the organization to produce quality product. Right. Acha. Before that, I want to show you something. In case of total quality management, we actually assume these points, right? So first point, we have just discussed everyone. Right, everyone is responsible. Commitment from everyone, right? We have understand here the commitment word. Commitment from each and every employee of the company to produce a quality product, right? Second, we have learned about the continuous improvement. Right. Second, we have learned about the continuous improvement. Third, we have learned about what teamwork is required here, right? We need what? Fourth, leadership is required. We don't need bosses in the company. We need leader. We don't need boss in the company, right? Teamwork is required and strategic planning is required. Strategic planning is required, right? For producing the quality product, all these things are required in the company, right? So it was required to produce the total quality. Okay. So I like this quote, quality is not expensive. It is priceless. So the point is that if you focus on providing the quality product, customer will value it, right? Customer value the quality. So we should focus on providing the quality product at least cost. We want to find way to produce quality product. We want to find how we can always produce a quality product at least cost. That is the best business strategy actually. Okay. So here they have first consider the commitment. 6 C's, first consider the commitment, right? Everyone should be involved in producing the quality product. It was given by W. Edward Deming. Quality is responsibility of everyone, right? It is the responsibility of everyone. Okay, next is what? Next is culture. Now, culture means what? If you will see in your book, this word is written. What is it written? Management accountant too often associates creativity with creative accounting, right? So management of the organization should be creative, right? They should be creative. Now, what is the meaning of creative accounting? What is its meaning? Creative accounting means your financial statement is not good. Financial statement is not good. But you are showing it as a very good financial statement to the users. Now, it is possible now, window dressing, manipulation of financial statement. It is possible, right? So it is mentioned here, you should develop such a culture in the organization that you are not replacing the creative with the creative accounting, right? Creative accounting means you're just manipulating the books, right? You are manipulating the books, which is not good, right? Okay, so culture means what? You need all these things in the organization. You need leadership in the organization. Your organization should be customer focused. We have just learned at the beginning of the session that our organization should not be product centric. The organization should be customer centric. You should not focus on your own product. Focus on customer. Understand their need. Accordingly develop the product and sell it to the customer, right? So if you will see here, it should be customer focused organization. Quality should always be customer focused, right? You need continuous improvement. You need teamwork. You need leadership, right? So this type of culture should be developed in the organization. You don't need creative accounting. We need creativity. We don't need creative accounting. So in such type of culture should be developed in the organization, right? Such type of culture should be developed in the organization. Okay, next is continuous improvement. So third C is what? Continuous improvement. So we have just discussed no organization is perfect, right? Nothing is perfect. None of the organization is perfect. There is some flaw everywhere. And there is some scope of improvement everywhere. Scope of improvement exists everywhere. Right? None of the organization is perfect and the scope of improvement exists everywhere, and we should find that scope everywhere, right? We should always try to find, oh, where we can improve more. Oh, let's find out where we can improve more, right? So this should be the attitude of the company. This is actually never ending process in the company. The company should keep on finding their flaws, right? The company should keep finding their flaws, keep on finding them, keep on improving them, keep on doing this. This is what continuous improvement. And this is a never ending task, never ending. Companies should never call them that we are the best, we are the perfect, we have no flaws. No, right? Company should never assume that they are perfect and they have no flaw. No. Every organization has scope of improvement. Find it and improve your organization. So organization should always work on continuous improvement. It is never ending task. It's a never ending task, right? So no matter, every improvement is important in the organization, no matter how small improvement you have done. Okay, even a small improvement is okay, right? Acceptable. So it's not necessary that we need a dramatic improvement, right? Or a major improvement. It's not necessary, right? So it's not necessary that we need major improvement. It's okay if your organization have small improvement, right? So they use very good concept here, a very good line. Little by little, a little become a lot. Okay, baby step, take baby steps. Little by little, a little become a lot, right? So we will focus here on continuous improvement, and small changes are matters a lot, right? Okay, so this is about continuous improvement. We have studied here about the continuous improvement. All right, next, cooperation. Now see, we need a very good organization. So, we actually, if you will see these days, what is happening, the company is actually working on creating good, give me 1 minute. So actually the companies nowadays, they are working on creating good work environment for their employee so that they can work as a team. I know, like, for example, I'm working in a company, and there what happened, I have observed this in the company, that we are different people. Some of us are managers, some of us are senior manager in the company, and we have the VP, right? We have a team, right? Some of them are associates, senior associates, different level of the people, right? But we all work together, and no one is boss here, right? No one is boss, no one is superior, no one is inferior. We just work as a team, right? We don't even know the salary of each other, that how much we are getting, right? We don't even share our salaries, right? So this is how the organization should work, right? All the employee in the organization should work together as a team, right? So if you will see, like, old system, what I have observed, like, if you will see old, like, this happen in government offices, old system, that the senior manager or the senior level people have their own cabin, right? They have their own cabin and they sit in their own cabin. I have observed this in colleges also, right? In colleges, I have observed, like, if a senior level, teacher is there, faculty is there, or an expert faculty is there, for the expert faculties, they provide a separate cabin. So the point is that instead of this cabin system, right? Actually, this cabin system means the people are sitting separately and they're working separately. This actually create the barrier between the employees. Barrier in communication. People don't want to share their idea. They're just scared of their bosses, right? If they will scold me, what will happen if they will scold me? So remove such barrier. And for removing such barrier, we need a team. If you will see in multinational company, they don't have such culture. They don't call sir, madam, right? They name everyone. There is no, there is a desk system. They all sit together, no cabin system, right? So this is what actually they're focusing on, creating a team, right? They're working together for the company's growth, right? They're not focusing on their own growth, right? So if you will see, if you want to produce a quality product in the company, this also matters a lot, right? So what we need cooperation from everyone in the organization, and you will get the cooperation of everyone only when in your organization you have a team, not you have a team, then only you will get the cooperation. If it is a team, you will get the cooperation. All right. Okay. Next, customer focus. So we have learned about it, customer focus. From the beginning, actually, we are learning about it. From the beginning, the first line of the class, customer is king. Right? So if you will see, these days, organizations are not product centric. Actually, we can have two options. One is product centric, and one can have customer centric. Right? So in case of product centric, we just focus on our product. This is possible, but it was all possible in seller market, where seller were dominating the market. But since the market has changed, so the organization should focus on customer centric organization. Think from the point of view of the customer. Think what can make customer happy. Organization should be a customer centric organization, right? Customer is king. But now if you will see here, they have classified two type of customer here. One is internal customer and one is external customer. You can see they're using two words here, external and internal customers, right? External customer. The internal customer. They're using two words here, internal and external customer. So the point is that all the employees, those who are working within the organization, like here, they are all working within the organization for the customer. All the employees, those who are working within the organization for the customer, these employees are known as what? All the internal employees which are working for the organization, they are all what? Employees, right? These employees are known as internal customer, right? Here they are using this word internal customer for all the employees in the company. For all the employees in the company, they are using the word internal customer, right? And external customer means the final person who will purchase the final good of the company, final goods of the company. The final person who will buy the final goods of the company is external customer. All right. Now the company should focus on both of them. The final customer who will buy the product or services of the company should focus on them, as well as all the employee of the company. That means if you will see the new organization where we want to produce a quality product right the first time, right, and we want to give the quality product to the customer, you can see here what is happening. We should keep actually not just the customer happy. We should keep the employee happy also, right? So from the company, whatever the company policy have, whatever we have in the company, whatever the activity the company is doing, whatever, right? From their activity, the company should keep happy both. Whom? The customer should be happy, right? Customer should be happy with the company, right? By the product, by the services. Customer should be happy, and the employee should also be happy. I mean, the company should make the strategy in such a way that the employee should also be happy with the organization. Because if you will imagine that actually to customer, employee is providing the services. So if employee will be happy, then only he will provide good services to the customer. So we actually need both customer as well as employee. If the customer will be happy, then only employee will get good services. So we want to make both of them happy, right? So you can see internal customer here means employee of the organization, right? And customer means the final customer. So external customer means the final customer, internal customer means employee of the company, and the company should focus on both employee as well as the final customer. I hope it is clear. Right? And the company actually focused on producing zero defect. Can you imagine? I mean, see, when you will study lean system, you will find it very interesting. You will find it very interesting. Now you can just imagine that the company is producing the goods and there is no defect. How is it possible? I mean, when you study, you do so many mistakes. When you write your exam, you do so many mistakes. When we write the paper, we do so many mistakes. Then how is it possible a company is producing a good, an organization is providing a services, and they promised you that we are not at all producing even a single defective units. Our organization is so perfect that we are not even producing one defective unit. So perfect, right? So you can imagine how beautiful strategies is required here. That cost is less, and the strategy is so beautiful that they are producing always the quality product, zero defect, zero mistake. Cost is less, zero defect with less cost. We will learn that how they have developed it, right? Okay. Next, C of total quality management is control, right? So control is what? Control is required on the document of the company, on the entire process, because we know that we have to keep the entire process good, right? From buying the raw material, inbound, right? Operation, outbound, right? Marketing services and after sales services, right? So entire process should be so good that they produce the quality product right the first time. All right, the entire process should be so good. So for that, we need control over the documentation, procedures, awareness of current best practices, right? It has required all these things. Okay, now let's study about the contribution in total quality management. Who has done the best contribution in total quality management? Achha, this is a very interesting story. Let me narrate the story of this. Let me narrate the story here. This is very interesting story. So actually this quality revolution, it actually all started from Japan. These quality revolution, it all started with country Japan. It all started with Japan. Okay, Japan. Now what happened, you all know that Japan had a war with USA, America. They have a war with America, and America dropped 2 bombs in Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that was atomic bomb. Right? So they destroyed Japan through the bombarding, through atomic bomb, and Hiroshima and Nagasaki, it falls there. And actually, after this war, Japan was completely destructed. Right? It was completely destructed, almost finished. Right? Japan was completely destructed. Now what happened? So from US, two economists, they went to Japan after this war. They went to Japan from USA. 2 economists, they went to Japan to help the people of Japan. Right? And the name of these 2 people was, first was W. Edward Deming. Right? First person was W. Edward Deming. Right? And the second person was Dr. Joseph M. Juran. Right? Second person was Dr. Joseph M. Juran. Right? They went to Japan to help the people of Japan because Japan was completely destructed. Now, these people were unknown in their own country. Right? They were not recognized so much in USA. People, they don't recognize them. From USA, they were just a simple common man, right? So, but these 2 people, they gave such good, such good business strategies. They have done the sessions for the people in Japan, right? And they give them such a good strategies, such a good session, which help Japan to have quality revolution in their country. Just these 2 people are responsible for all the quality revolution. Right? These 2 people are responsible for all quality revolution in Japan. They have done such amazing work, right? Such, sessions for the Japanese people, for their company. They went in their company and they give their sessions to Japanese company. All right. They give them their sessions. So what happened? The people of Japan, they were so impressed by these 2 people. Why? Because all quality revolution, it all started, quality in entire world, the quality revolution all started with Japan, a country which was completely destructed after atom bomb, right? After the fall of atom bomb, country, just adopting the philosophies of these 2 people, they converted their economy into the world's 3rd largest economy. Right? 3rd largest economy. Right? Amazing. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? From destruction to world's 3rd largest economy. Can you imagine? Let me give you some more example of Japan. Japan is very prone to earthquake. Right? Very prone to earthquake. But even after, such intensity of earthquake, their infrastructure is so good, right? You can just search on internet, find it on internet, on YouTube. Their infrastructure is so good. They made their building in such a way that if there will be earthquake, the building will move like this, but it will never fall down. Actually, they introduced the shockers in the, beam of the buildings, shock absorber. So actually, even if, with such high intensity of earthquakes in Japan is very prone to earthquake, by the way. If I don't know, you know about it or not, you can find it on internet. Very prone to earthquake. But you can imagine with such intensity of earthquake, their economy is the best in the world. Their infrastructure is best in the world. Why? Right? So you can imagine what philosophy they have developed, these two people have given them, right? So it all started with these two people, W. Edward Deming and Joseph M. Jurin, right? Now, this person went in Japan just to help the Japanese people because it was all destructed. Now, how he helped them? First, he helped them from their business, right? Business. From the business point of view, he first helped them. How? First, he observed their business, right? And he observed the way the people are doing business in Japan is different from the way the people are doing the business in USA, right? He observed. He was just observing, oh, what is the difference? How the people are producing the goods in USA and how the people are producing the goods in Japan. He observed everything. And what he found, first thing what he found, that in USA, the entire process of production was very organized. It was all very organized. The process was very organized, right? While in Japan, after destruction, the process was very unorganized, right? So because of that, in Japan, when they were producing the product, they were facing huge defects, right? Give me 1 minute. So they have observed here that the process in Japan was very unorganized, and the process, the way they were producing the goods in USA was very organized, right? So what happened, since the process in Japan was unorganized, because of that, they were producing defective units. They were producing defects. And because the process in USA was very organized, and because of which they were not producing much defects, right? Defect was very less. Here in this case, defect was very less, right? Because the entire process of the country was very organized. All right. So this is what he observed. Now tell me, if the organization is producing defective unit, whom do you want to blame? Who is responsible for defects? Yes, tell me. If I'll ask you a question, if the company is producing defective units, whom do you want to blame? Who is responsible for defective units? Write in comment quickly. I want to see. If the company is producing defective units, whom do you want to blame? Yes. Whom do you want to blame if the company is producing defective units? So if the company is producing defective units, yes, do you want to answer? Whom do you want to blame if the company is producing defective unit? Top level management? Acha, team is responsible. Top level management is responsible. The procedure is responsible. Okay. So generally, when the company produces defective, we blame our employee. Say yes or no. The top management blame the employee that they are not doing their work properly, and because of which the defective units are being produced. Say yes or no. I am the boss. If I am the boss, and if my company will not produce, if there will be any defects in my company, and if my company is not producing the goods, 100% perfect goods, and if there is defect and mistake, I will first blame the employee. See, you are not working properly. And for that reason, see, you have done this error. You have done this mistake. This is a defect, right? What will happen? We first blame the employee. Say yes or no. Write in comment quickly. If there is any defect in the company, we first blame the employee. Say yes or no. First, we blame the employee. Exactly. We blame the employee that you are not producing it well, right? So what will happen? See, what this person said, W. Edward Deming said, if your organization is producing defective units, it is not because your employee is not working properly. It is not the fault of your employee. If you are producing defective units, it is not the fault of your employee. It is fault of your own entire process. We have learned now that the process should be good. If the process will be good, then you will not produce defective unit. And for good process, we need high prevention. We have learned this now, that if the prevention will be high, that means your entire process from buying the raw material to converting the raw material into final good, producing the final good, distributing the final good, marketing the final good, after sales services, everything is so good that you are not at all producing defective units, right? That we are not at all producing defective units. So the point is that the process should be good, right? So when your process, your procedure will be good. One of the student wrote this word. I'm very happy with him. So he wrote this word, defect is possible when the procedure is not good in the organization, right? When the process is not good, right? When the procedure is not good, when the process is not good. When the way you are buying the raw material, when the way you are producing the goods, when the way you are distributing the good is not good, then only it is possible to produce defective unit. It is not the employee who is responsible for defects. So you will learn here that only 15% problem arises just because of employee. 15% error happen. 15% defects happen. 15% problem in the organization will arise because of the employee. Remaining 85% of error in the company, error or mistake in the company is because of what? Your own system and process. Because your system is not good, your procedure is not good, right? Your prevention is not good. Entire process is not good, because of which you are producing defective unit. And most of the reason is your procedure, not the employee, right? So if your procedure will be good, if you correct your procedure, right, it will allow the employee to work properly and you will not produce the goods, defective goods. So now you can imagine. So W. Edward Deming is now focusing on improving the procedure, not on employee. Generally what happened, we say, see, employee is not good, let's replace the employee. This person is not good, let's replace him. Let's bring a new person, he will do it perfectly. Generally this happens, right? We blame the employees. We blame the person. No, we should not blame it first. First blame your own process. First check whether your process is good or not. Your procedure is good or not. If your process or procedure will be good, then what will happen? You don't need to blame the employee, right? If the procedure is good, you don't need to blame the employee. All right. So you will see that the W. Edward Deming is actually focusing on improving the process of the company. He is actually focusing on improving the entire process of the company, right? See what is written here. A bad system will beat a good person every time, no matter how good a person is, no matter how skillful a person is. But if the process is not good, if the system of the company is not good, he will not survive. He can't give the good quality products. He can't provide a good services, right? So it will not survive. So for that reason, the organization should focus on improving their procedures, right? Okay, let's read some more points. Right. So next point, what is written here, improve the quality of the product, production will improve, sale will improve, right? Focus on improving the quality. Without data, you are just a person with an opinion. So if you want to give opinion, first consider the data, and after considering the data, give the opinion. Without data, don't give any opinion, right? Without data, without proof, don't give opinion, right? The result of long-term relationship is better and better quality and lower cost. See what we have discussed. We want to provide the best quality product to the customer, right? We just want to focus on providing the best quality, the highest quality product at the least cost. This strategy is required. We will see in chapter 3, you will see how these strategies have been developed to give the best quality product at the least cost, right? So actually, you can see this is all the idea of W. Edward Deming. You can see that he want to give the better and better quality product at the least cost. Okay. Right? We have just discussed, we have to first improve the process of the company, right? We should first focus on improving the procedure of the company. We should first focus on improving the process of the company. So if the process of the company is good, if the procedure of the company is good, then what will happen? You will not produce any defective, no defect. If you want to produce no defect unit, you should improve the process of the company. Right? Don't blame employee. Blame employee. Do not blame employee. Don't blame employee. Right? So if you will see, money and time spent on training is ineffective. If you can't remove inhibitor, or if you can't improve the process of the company, no matter how much you train the employee, no matter how much skilled employee you have hired, no matter how much expert employee you have hired, no matter, doesn't matter. It hardly matter if you have a skilled employee, but you don't have good process. If you don't have good process, ye kuch nahi kar sakta, right? It has nothing to do then, right? If you don't have a good process. Okay, whenever there is fear, you will get wrong figure. Okay, so we should work on removing the fear also. We will learn this later. I'll tell you where we will consider this also. Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, my laptop is hung. Just give me 1 minute. It's not working. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so if you have doubt, please write your doubt in comment, and you can share your views also regarding these topics. Okay, very nice. Chalo, let's see here what we have the next topic. Yeah, W. Edward Deming. You have taken all the quotation of W. Edward Deming. You can see most of the problem in the organization, like here, this figure is, in your book, this figure is 85% and this figure is 15%, right? So it is mentioned that most of the defect in the company, if you have defective unit, so for all defects, 85% reason is your own process, because your process is not good. You will see the defective units. 85% reason is the process, right? Only 15% you can blame. For 15% defect, you can blame the employee, right? For only 15%, employee is responsible. Rest 85%, the entire process of the company is responsible for the defects, right? Okay. Very interesting topic. These are very interesting topic. Right? Now see what is written here. W. Edward Deming is saying, focus on process. Right? Focus on process. Not on result. right? Focus on improving the entire process of the organization, the way you are buying the raw material, the way you are converting the raw material into final good, the way you are providing the final services. Focus on improving the entire process of the organization, not on the final product or the final services, right? So should be focus on the process, not the outcome of the process, right? Change the rules, you will get a new number. Okay, I've just taken all these quotations from internet. They are very interesting to know, right? We figure just 3% of our problem. Actually 97% problem in the company exist, and we don't even know that those problem exist in the company. How bad it is now. Like most of the problem in the company exist, but we fail to identify them. Now here it is written, does experience help? If you have an expert, if you have a skilled employee, if you have experienced people in the organization, does it help in the growth? No, it will not help the company in growth if your process is not good. You can see how much he is focusing on process, improve the process of the company. If process is not good, I mean, it's of no use to keep the expert or skilled people in the company. They can't do anything if the process is not good in the company. So focus on improving focus on improving the process or the procedure of the company. All right. Okay. Next, you cannot inspect the quality of the product. It's already there. So what I told you, we don't need inspection, right? We have discussed this point somewhere. We should not focus on inspection. When do we do the inspection? When we know that we are producing defective unit. When you know that there is no defect, 100% work is correct, zero defect. We are not at all producing defective unit. When you are so confident that you are not at all producing defective unit, what will happen? No inspection is required. You don't need any inspection when you know that you are not producing defective units. Not at all. So no inspection is required. No, not at all. No inspection is required when you know that you are not producing defective units. So what is written? You can inspect the quality. You can inspect the quality into the product. You can't inspect. Not possible to inspect it. If it is a quality product, you don't need to do the inspection. Simple. When you are producing a quality product, you know it's a quality product. There is no need of inspection, right? So we have learned this is actually a non-valuated activity. It is just a waste. But sometimes we cannot eliminate them completely from the company, maybe for some requirement. So we should focus on minimizing them. Inspection, we should focus on minimizing them. All right. Now father of quality control. W. Edward Deming is known as father of quality control. Japanese regard them so much. They were not recognized in their own country. W. Edward Deming was not recognized in his own country, but Japanese, they respect him so much that even today they give this Deming pricing to the best organization, those who are producing the best quality product. They regard him so much, right? So W. Edward Deming is also known as father of quality control, right? And they regard him so much that almost more than 30 years, they distribute the prize, which is also known as Deming Prize, right? Think about it, that people in US, they didn't recognize it, but the people in Japan, they recognize him so much. And you will find the strategy is so good, right? Sometimes it doesn't look realistic, but I know they are they are actually very effective. Let's try to understand them. Okay, so W. Edward Deming, he has given us 14 points of methodology. Right? W. Edward Deming, 14 points of methodology. What are these 14 points of methodology? So the first one is what? Create constancy for purpose toward improvement, right? Ab dekho, what is the meaning of this point? It means continuous improvement. Right? So What is the purpose? Improve the organization. We have discussed no organization is a perfect organization. There is always scope of improving the organization, and the organization should always work to improve the organization. Organization should always work to improve their organization, right? So the organization should, and it is the responsibility of everyone in the organization to improve the organization. Okay. So the next point is what? Adopt new philosophies. Adopt the new philosophy. Now, what is the meaning of this adopt the new philosophy? We no longer need live with commonly accepted level of delay, mistake, or defect. No defect is acceptable. No defect is acceptable here, right? Okay. So the company here, what is mentioned, that the company should adopt the philosophy of improving the entire process, right? Improve the process. Don't blame employee. Don't blame them, right? Instead, if you know, actually now organization should work on two things. Keep the customer happy, because customer is king. Similarly, keep the employee happy. Keep them happy. Keep the customer happy, keep the employee happy, right? If they both are happy with the organization, your organization will survive for a long time period, right? So the point is that adopt a new philosophy. New philosophy means don't allow defective units. Don't allow to produce mistake or defective unit in the company, right? Focus on improving the process of the organization. Don't blame the employee in the company for any defect or mistake, right? Actually, it is not the employee who is responsible for defects, right? Okay, next is ceases dependency on inspection. So we have just discussed this. What we have discussed this, we have just discussed this, that we should produce the quality product right the first time. Produce the quality product right the first time. Right? So when you know that your entire process and procedure is so good that you are not at all producing any defective units, then what will happen? You know that the process and procedure is so good that you are not at all producing defective units. What will happen? You will not produce defective units. So what will happen? You don't need inspection then. You don't need audit or appraisal then, right? So how will you stop depending on inspection when you are focusing on producing the quality product right the first time? And how you can produce the quality product right the first time? When you know your entire process is very good, right? It is so perfect. Your entire procedure is very good and so perfect that you know that my process is so good, I'm not at all producing even a single defective units. All right. Okay, next point. Move towards single supplier, right? So why they have mentioned you moving towards single supplier? So for example, for the production of final good, I need raw material, right? And I am buying these raw material from different suppliers. Right, I'm buying these raw material from different suppliers. Supplier S1, supplier S2, supplier S3, supplier S4. So in this way, what is happening here? I am buying the raw material from the different suppliers. What will happen then? If I'll buying the raw material from different supplier, what will happen? Maybe the quality of raw material from supplier S1 will not match the quality of product supplied by supplier 2, will not match the quality of the product supplied by supplier 3, will not match the quality of the material supplied by supplier 4. So the point is that when you are buying the material from so many different suppliers, maybe the variation in the raw material will come, right? Maybe your raw material will not be perfect and the variation in raw material will come. right? So you can see this image I have taken here. This word is also known as error proving technique. It will come under prevention cost. Error proving technique means where we don't want to buy the raw material from different supplier because such type of variation may arises, right? So instead of buying the raw material from the multiple supplier, it's better to buy your entire raw material from a single supplier, right? But the question will come in your mind, ma'am, if we buy entire raw material from one supplier, the bargaining power of the supplier will increase. If this one supplier failed to supply you the raw material, then ma'am, there will be failure in production. So ma'am, this is quite risky, na? Supplier bargaining power will increase. He may dictate the positions, right? And maybe, sometime maybe they fail to supply the raw material. So here what will happen? We will select the best supplier. We will develop the best relationship with the supplier, and it will be the win-win situation for both, right? So yes, it has the benefits, it have the demerits and merits, both limitations, but the point is that we will make it in such a way, right? Because we don't want multiple suppliers, because that will create what variation in the raw material. We do not want the variation in raw material. So for that reason, we want a single supplier. But now what we will do, we will focus on improving the supplier. Okay? Improving the relationship with the supplier. We will focus on improving the relationship with the supplier. So this is how the things will happen here. All right. Okay. The next point. If it is not clear, if some points are not clear, please write in comment, right? Write in comment if you have any doubt anywhere, right? Okay. Next point. Improve constantly and forever. So it is written here that the continuous improvement is a never-ending task. It is never. You will never say that your organization is perfect and there is no problem in the organization. I am 100% perfect. I have no problem. My organization is very perfect. You should never speak that, right? So we should always try to find out the flaws in the organization, the weakness in the organization. We should always try to find it everywhere. And it should be the responsibility of everyone in the organization, right? So the point is that what is written here, we should constantly focus on continuous improvement. Matlab, continuous improvement is never-ending task. You will never stop this process. You should keep on improving the organization it's a never-ending process. All right. So here it is mentioned that the continuous improvement is a never-ending process. Right? Okay. Then the next point is institute the training on the job. Abhi dekho, we have learned that 85% problem in the company arises because the process was not good. Right? 85% defect, mistake were arising because the process was not good, the procedure was not good. And the rest 15% problem were arising because the employee were not working properly. Now you have focused on improving the process. We have done this, right? Continuous improvement, and we have set our entire process in such a way that the process is now good. Now what will happen? We should provide the training to the employee also, right? Now we should work here also, right? Improve the employees, provide them proper training, right? So here they have mentioned you the next point, provide the training to the employee on the job. How to work, how to use a new process, how to work in a new process, how to be organized always. We have learned that we should keep our work organized always. The work should be organized. Your work should not be unorganized. All right. Okay. The next, after this, I'll be ending the session. We can cover the remaining topic in next session, right? So this is the last topic which we will discuss. After this, the remaining topic we can discuss in next session. All right. So the next point is what? 14th W. Edward Deming 14th principle we are learning, right? So this is what? The 7th principle. Now what is written here? We don't want boss in the organization. Develop the skill of leadership. You should be a leader, not a boss, right? Develop skill of leader, because when you have a leader, then this will give a team to the organization. Otherwise there will be hierarchy and there will be politics in the organization. They keep on pulling leg of each other, which is not good in the organization, which is not good for the organization. We don't want boss in the organization, we want leader in the organization. All right, so you can see I have taken an image here. You can see the difference between boss. Boss take the credit. I have done this. This is my work. This is my organization. I. Hey, this is how the boss work. And leader, let's do this. This is our work, right? This is our organization. Let's do it, right? So leader develop the teamwork in the organization, right? So this is how the leader and the boss work together. Sorry, this is how the leader and boss works, right? Their way of doing the work is different, right? So leader, they help in executing the task. The boss, he just dictated, go and do this, finish this file today. I want it to be complete today, right? He just ordered, he just dictate the employees, right? He never understand the problem of the employees. So this is the nature of the boss. We don't want boss in the organization. We need leader in the organization. So leader means those who work together with the employees and create a team skills, right? Team spirit, right? The one who sparked the team spirit in the organization. So these are the points, W. Edward Deming points. You can see these are very, interesting and amazing points we have learned here. And rest of the topic we will learn in next session. And you can see all these things will help the organization to develop the quality product in the organization, which is very important, right? That's it. Let me wind up the session. If you have any doubt, you can ask me your doubt. All right. If you have doubts in your mind, ask me your doubt. All right. I'm taking your doubts. Very interesting. Thank you. Thank you. Chalo. So let me wind up the session. There is no doubt, no question. Okay, we have just discussed some questions. Take care. Chalo. Take care, all of you. Have a nice day.